Renovating.
And welcome back to our little Bulgarian adventure.
Yes, beginning of April.
Yep, lovely. Lovely weather. Bit windy today.
A little bit, and the winds have picked up, but the temperatures have risen, and spring is definitely arriving.
Yeah, as you can see from some of the photos, we've got lots of blossom, lots of flowers.
Yeah, and it's all beginning to spring back to life.
My woodland's turning into a purple paradise with the dead nettle.
But what will happen in about a month's time is it'll rain incessantly and everything will take off madly. So...
I don't even know if it's going to be a month. I think the last week we've noticed a big difference.
Yeah, it's certainly arriving now.
So we did a bit more work in the woodland, didn't we? Not much. But...
a bit more tidying, a bit more sorting out. I now have a burn barrel, thank you Paul and Jane, from the Good Life Homestead. We went to visit them on Monday.
And we had a lovely time.
It was great. We really enjoyed meeting up with you and seeing the pond in real life.
Yes, it's far more impressive in real life. It looks really impressive in your videos, but in real life it's even more impressive.
Absolutely, yeah.
And your animals were lovely.
Yeah. We had a great time, and thank you for the barrel. Hopefully now I won't burn the place down.
Yeah, that's a big relief for my part. But yes, we thoroughly recommend their websites. There's some very useful videos on there, and so you can get to see Paul's amazing pond.
And if I can work out how to do it, I'll put a link down below.
Yeah, or even on the screen. You could get very technical. A new skill for you today, Adam.
We'll see.
So what else have we done?
What else have we done? Well, we looked at the front of the house where we usually sit in the summer with the fly screens. It's had a bit of a rough winter.
Yes, with 5 cats, or more than 5 actually, about 8 cats that try to get in and out of it
regularly.
Cats,
dogs, wind. It needed refreshing, so this is what we decided to do. We've been looking at the screens for the flies and mosquitoes. They've not fared well over the winter. Combination of cats, dogs, wind, rain, snow. They're looking a bit sorry for themselves, so we decided we ought to improve this area. You can see at the front here where the netting is just hanging off the framework. We've decided that rather than having these full length screens, we're going to put a bottom surround in and then have screens on top. So we'll enclose the bottom half and screen off the top half. Our first job is going to be removing the screens, opening it up and starting to take some measurements. I'm now at the stage where I've cut all the wood to approximately the right length. It's been ripped down from 2x4s down to 2x2s, planed, sanded, primed so that it's ready for painting once it's in position. All I have to do now is take it up to the house, measure it to the final length, exact lengths, cut it and fit it. We're attaching the framework to the floor and to the walls with these concrete bolts. They go through the wood into the concrete. As you tighten up the bolts, it expands a ring at the other end, which then grips onto the concrete, gives you a nice firm grip. Engelbert, thanks for the help, mate, but you need to get out the way. Go on, off you go. Come on. Thank you. It seems the cat really wants to help. Come on. No, Engelbert. Rock solid. I've now finished the framework for the first side. This is as far as I've got so far this week. Been hampered a bit by drying times, but now that that's in place, I can do the cladding on the outside, the framework on the other side with the doorway. Hopefully I'll have it all finished next week.
So yeah, we had to beef it up a bit, didn't we, from the last one, because with the dogs as well as the cats now, it wasn't going to last very long.
No, so what we've decided to do is actually do it properly, and that way effectively it's an extra room for us. Yeah,
it's lovely sitting out there in the evenings on the porch.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not being plagued by mosquitoes or flies.
Definitely.
And it worked really well last year.
So it's certainly worth doing.
Kittens decided to take it apart.
Yeah. And then the dog.
Yeah, so talking of kittens and dogs.
Cat update. They're
all doing really well. Kira Cat is due to go into, or Little Wonder, depending which name we're using today.
He's due to go to the vets today.
Yeah, for a final checkup, hopefully. I can't begin to tell you how much he's improved. He's improved. It's fantastic. We never took a photo of it, did we? Because it was quite gross. But he did have a huge hole in his stomach, probably about this size.
Yeah.
And it's now about this size, and it's healed up totally on its own, naturally.
Yeah.
It's really quite stunning.
And he's still a little bit wobbly.
Yeah, a bit wobbly on his back legs.
And he's nowhere near the size of Engelbert. But we are giving him extra food, trying to beef him up a bit. Give him every chance we can. And he seems to be responding well, so.
Yeah. So he's doing really well. All the other cats are fine. Yeah, they're all totally recovered.
Leaping around the woodland, doing what cats do.
Yeah.
The dogs have really settled in well, but we do now find that we need somewhere away from where we're going to be planting stuff to keep them.
Yeah, they're deciding they really like eating everything in my garden.
Tilly especially.
Yeah. And what they don't eat, they roll over a lot.
Yeah. So to give our crops a fighting chance.
Yes.
Next week, along with finishing off the porch area, we'll be looking at doing some sort of enclosure for them, give them plenty of room to run around, and eventually I may be building kennels. So.
Yes. So they don't have to live in the big barn, little barn anymore.
No.
We had a delivery this week from Morgan's Plants. So
yes.
My seed potatoes.
The seed potatoes and various other plants.
A few other little bits.
I've no idea what they are, but that's another reason for moving the dogs. We don't want to plant them and then have them eat them.
Yeah. We've decided that Tilly is definitely the daffodil murderer, isn't she?
Yes, yes.
likes to go around snapping the heads off them. So
It must be she doesn't like the colour yellow. I don't know. But so now that we've got the seed potatoes, we'll be building a couple of smaller potato towers. As you may know from last year, the potato tower worked really well, and the ones that we planted in the ground just disappeared. So
we've got a couple of different varieties this year, so we're going to have some separate towers
and see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll have plenty of potatoes.
We did last year.
We did, yeah.
So I think that's about it.
There's
There's nothing special happening this weekend, is there, Adam?
Let me think. There's something tomorrow.
Is there something tomorrow?
I think so.
It's Adam's birthday tomorrow, so we're probably going to go try find somewhere to go out for a meal.
Yeah.
I think as they've now lifted most restrictions and restaurants are back open again.
As of today.
And Max is really looking forward to that.
Yes, Max. Any excuse for a meal out, Max is on it.
He thinks we should have more birthdays.
I think so. We may end up with a birthday a month. I know there's only 3 of us, but then there's all the animals. We won't take them, but we'll celebrate for them.
Yeah, so that's our plans for next week.
Yes. So until then, stay safe.
Stay well.
And we'll see you then.
Doskoro.
Doskoro.